And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. As always, visit our good friends at Galactic Fried Chicken, www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app for Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. Get on the app. Get it delivered right to your front door, pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop. Or Wednesday through Sunday, lunch and dinner, make it down to Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up. Save yourself 15% off of your order. Some tendies, some dunkers, some legit fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Shane will get you taken care of. So make sure you're supporting those that support us down at our good friends, Galactic Fried Chicken. All right, well, he made an appearance last night. I think he might have been holding out on us last night, Aaron. He's back tonight. Conference realignment expert, Dan Simon.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure. Two nights in a row. Burning up the phone lines when I got off with you guys last night.
We pulled you away from the Baccarat table. And
Pai Gow is my game.
Pai Gow. Oh, you're a Pai Gow guy. Okay.
You don't
pulled you away from the
Pai
Gow
table.
Explain to us what has happened tonight. Texas and Oklahoma, one final season in the Big 12. They are on the way out. Official release by the Big 12, and we'll get to the Pac-12 stuff here after we discuss that.
Yes, Texas, Oklahoma, no more after 2023 season. Details still to be released, but it sounds like $100 million total will be going to the Legacy 8 programs. And then it sounds like possibly some extra money from Texas and Oklahoma is going to Fox to kind of make them whole on losing out on their games in 2024. Big move by Brett Yormark getting this taken care of. Just last week, some in the media made it sound like it was at a dead end. Anyone who has followed what we've discussed for over a year now knows that I myself never felt that they were going to play out this contract through 2025, and now they are not going to, and it's just a best move for all, I think. Everybody can move forward. You have the SEC ESPN deal starting in 2024. You have the the Big 12 TV deal starting in 2024. You have the college football playoff expanding to 12 teams starting in 2024. It is just a clean break, and
Big 12 deal is 2025, right?
Sure. I don't know.
I think it's 2025.
Too much going on right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm happy that they were able to come to some type of an agreement here. I was honestly disturbed last week when it sounded like the two schools and the Big 12 together had come to an agreement, and ESPN and or Fox were holding up the deal. I don't think that I truly
Just
don't
Fox.
think that well, I mean, we know that now, but as it was originally reported, it just was the TV end was the part that was holding it up. But the fact that they were able to hold both universities and the conference hostage for this long until they got it figured out, I don't know. I just think it's a gross place where college sports is right now, when it feels like they should be able to move when they want to move.
Well, for sure. But, you enter into these contracts, and the people that hold the contracts, as anybody would. Yes, you can get out, but you have to pay to get out. So, but but the Bearcat Journal folks, Dave, Simone, Chad, Brendel, Aaron Smith, when the Big 12 released their statement, made a, kind of a ha-ha, funny joke about this is the possible first step into the Big 12 never actually being a 12-team league. And then, let's see, our friend Blair Wilson from the University of Arizona noticed that Commissioner Yormark's comments were cut short compared to what was actually in the press release. when he said, by reaching this agreement, we are now able to accelerate our new beginning as a 12-team league. That is not actually where the period ended up. In the press release from the Big 12, his actual statement was, by reaching this agreement, we are now able to accelerate our new beginning as a 12-team league and move forward in earnest with our initiatives and future planning, which was conveniently followed up by Ross Dellinger tweeting that Brett Yormark is now expected to aggressively pursue further expansion. Expansion is the third of 3 goals that Yormark set out to accomplish in his first year. Top of line being TV deal, next being the OU Texas departure, 3 being future expansion. And I'm going to tell you right now that future expansion does not include SMU and San Diego State.
Even though the Pac-12 blowhards are
Drats
trying to push that narrative that both are in play for the Big 12.
Yes, I'm
the Johns.
Yeah.
The Johns are the worst.
We really You really think that this all is lining up for him to just go add those 2 schools?
No. This man is a gangster.
He is a gangster. Yes, absolutely. He's a dog. DAWG.
I don't want to see Yormark in anything but pinstripe suits, right? Like, you should always be in pinstripes because
I think he needs a
G.
fedora.
He is a G. Like, just
he's got to work on his hat game.
A pinky ring.
You don't have to make these moves in any sort of sequential order to go add anybody.
Right.
Adding anybody doesn't. What did he say from the very beginning of this? It has to be additive.
Mm-hmm.
Adding
SMU
those teams they're not additive.
No.
And I don't think SMU would get the votes anyway. They didn't get the votes the first time. You think TCU and Houston's now in the league. They're certainly not going to want them to want anybody else in Texas added.
Right.
To me, this screams Arizona State. And then maybe if that happens and then the Pac-12 does basically blow up, then maybe you add 2 more to get to 16. But I think aggressively pursuing expansion right now means those are the 2 most vulnerable schools. There have been rumors that Arizona State is starting to move more to the get off the sinking ship before we all die part of a conference expansion.
I don't know. I hope they set their sights even higher and end up with an Oregon, Washington, personally.
I don't disagree. I just think those are the 2 that if you want to blow things up, you go after them right away, and then you figure out the rest.
I think Colorado could be in play as well, as just with Dion being there.
I tell Colorado to screw off. They already made their bed.
They've already been part of the Big 12.
Yeah, they left. I mean, Arizona will want to do it because of basketball. I mean, Pac-12 basketball is an absolute disaster outside of them and UCLA, and now UCLA will be leaving.
Yeah.
I mean, some would have you believe that having the number 1 recruit in the country go to USC would set them up to be good in basketball, but
maybe.
Who? I don't know. South Carolina?
But I certainly will not put anything past Mr. Yormark. I do not think a man who has made the deals that he's made, whether it's been with NASCAR and Nextel, whether it's been with the Nets and Brooklyn and the Barclays, a man that makes those kind of deals doesn't turn around and go, hey guys, we're going to add, these 2 G5 schools.
Right.
Real G's move in silence.
There you go. You got anything else for us?
The Heat is definitely
Vyckoff's in trouble.
I mean, that Athletic article did not come out today by accident.
No, that was a Pac-12 AD leaking
hit job.
A hit job to the Athletic.
The calls are coming from inside the house, man.
That's bananas. Absolutely insane.
Could you imagine our guy from last night, John Cunningham, calling the Athletic and being like, "Look, I got a story for you." Like
No.
it's so outside the realm of how ADs operate.
Right.
I can't believe Mike Bone did it. Kidding.
Hey, buddy,
Kidding.
have I got a story for you?
I mean, we'd be kidding if it probably wasn't true.
Justin, how you been, buddy? Haven't talked to you in a while.
But
Wow.
yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of more money in the Legacy 8 schools, so they're going to be happy.
Yep, they get 100 milli, so roughly 12 and a half a piece.
They basically get made whole from
Yeah,
all of this for what would have been 2024.
yeah. It's fascinating.
There's some
It's
other stuff
fascinating.
floating around that I will not necessarily go on record and vouch because I'm not sure I believe it, but there's a lot could still shake out.
We're just entering the eye of another storm, I think, tonight.
I mean, so this money, this $100 million,
Yeah.
do you tell the Legacy 8, like, hey, we'll give you some of this, but we're going to use the rest of it to basically buy Arizona and Arizona State into the conference early so that they can start in 2024 and they don't have to give the whole 18-month thing?
Maybe, but I don't know. I think you just say, look, we got it. Like, your mark's a gangster. Like,
Right,
you
just
guys,
wait.
here's your money. Y'all got your money, and we'll make this other thing happen too.
Or if they decide to leave, like the Pac-12 is now down to 8.
8, yeah. And you
I
can't
mean,
operate at 8.
is
Right?
there
You can't
any-
operate at 8.
Are there rules that basically say like it basically dissolves at that point?
I think it might be 6, but I'm not ruling out. Well, I guess there have been 18 conferences before.
Could you come up with a lack of institutional control charge against George Kliavkov and say that we had to get up for our best interest and we're not paying this?
Maybe. Like, hey, we didn't sign up for this. This is, I mean, you would have to think like losing USC and UCLA has to change everything in terms of the
It clearly
agreements.
has, because they're not coming anywhere near the valuation that he.
No, but I mean in terms of like, the contracts.
Well, they're still at 10 schools, so they're not below any number that anyone else has ever been at.
Yeah.
No one's ever been below 10.
Well, the old Southwest Conference was 8.
Well, that was 40 years ago.
I know, but somebody.
I mean,
in
in this new era of realignment, like when schools have left, I don't think anyone's ever dipped below 10.
Yeah.
Even when the Big East lost 3 football teams, it was a 16-team conference even way back then.
Yeah. Yep.
I
Very
don't know
true.
if they're kicking money at anybody. I guess I just don't want it to be Arizona State, personally.
Well, I think you induce
get
it
to pick.
in order to get them in sooner, in order to expand the TV contract quicker.
And to kill the Pac-12.
Right.
If they lose Arizona State, and they try to replace them with SMU and San Diego State, everybody is going to be jumping ship. Everybody that has the option to jump ship is going to be jumping ship. Like, I just don't. For me, I don't like the Colorado Utah thing, because BYU already brings you that. Like, what good does that do?
Right.
And Colorado been there, done that. Like,
Deion's
you
only
had
going to be
your
there
chance.
for so long. He's not going to be a lifetime Buffalo.
not
put
even- it's
way
not even
more.
It's not even. It's so much bigger than a Deion thing. It's Arizona, from a population standpoint, from all these things that you're looking to do into the future, is where you want to be.
Right.
Arizona basketball is not going anywhere. And Arizona State football has been good, can be good with the right setup. Like, you don't think kids want to go play football at Arizona State in the right setup?
It's definitely a party school.
So, I mean, you got to think, and we said earlier today, it's like at some point, somebody is going to finally just go, we have to look out for ourselves, and we have to get out of this before we literally don't have any other place to go.
Yeah. Real quick before we go, Wes Miller confirms a torn patella tendon for Rob Finney, ending his Cincinnati career really before it ever even kind of got started. Like, you never got to see him in an extended stretch to get comfortable and really see what he could do. I didn't think Wes sounded super optimistic about Vic short term. He made it sound like it's an ankle sprain, like we're going to get him back, but he didn't have a lot of confidence in his voice about it being, say, Saturday, 7:00. Like, obviously, he's not going to tip his hand and let South Florida know. But if you listen to the coach's show, I think you could kind of get that tone in his voice that it wasn't just one of those throw some tape on it, tighten your shoelaces, and get back out there. So that's going to make South Florida very interesting Saturday night, 7:00, Fifth Third Arena. 90s night, Dave Simone will be there. Maybe Dan Simon will fly into town and come with him.
Hey, the guy is on a heater right now. So
Yeah. Who, you?
Oh, Dan Simon and me.
You are Dan Simon.
I know.
That's it. It's the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken.
St. Mary's first half.
St. Mary's first half.
See it.